I wasn't comparing other disabilities to mine. I was comparing those who are around me who have different disabilities to mine. I know cerebral palsy comes in many shapes, sizes, and forms, and it affects everybody differently. I know somebody that has cerebral palsy that is completely disabled to the point of having to be in a wheelchair, living in a home, having nurses take care of them. They can't really do anything for themselves at all. Again, like I mentioned, my brother-in-law, he's not able to hold down a job. He's tried a few different jobs in his time. They didn't work out for this, that, or the other reason. And it affects him where the whole one side of his body, I want to say his right side of his body, is affected, where he's got the crooked arm because it's too short, and his leg is shorter than the other leg, and it affects him mentally. You may have cerebral palsy, as you say. I'm not saying you may have it. You say you have cerebral palsy. And so it affects you differently. You were able to work, and that's great. Absolutely wonderful, and I'm glad that you were able to work. I'm not saying everybody with cerebral palsy can't work. I'm just giving an example. That was all I was doing. I was talking about other people in my life that also are on disability with different disabilities. This person is shutting down people with disabilities who are unable to work for various reasons, saying that they don't need to be on disability, disability shouldn't exist, and basically calling us all trash because we're on disability. My brother-in-law would work his ass off if somebody would hire him and give him the chance to, and the job was fit for him. Unfortunately, he's yet to find a job that's fit for him, and that's why he's on disability. It's not for a lack of trying. Even McDonald's wouldn't hire him, for fuck's sakes. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I certainly do apologize if you thought that I was saying like everybody with cerebral palsy is disabled and can't work. No, not at all. I understand that, especially cerebral palsy affects everybody differently. And even somebody with the exact same conditions I have may be affected differently. Like, I know people with the same conditions that are on their 2 feet 100% of the time. I'm one of the lucky few that I don't have to depend on the 200% of the time at this time. You know, I know people that have severe mental health issues that can work still with them. I know other people that they cannot. It affects everybody differently. And so again, I apologize if I offended you in any way possible. I was absolutely not saying that just because you have cerebral palsy means you can't work. I know that's not true. And I know what my brother-in-law is capable of. And he's capable of a lot more than people give him credit for. But if people won't hire him, of course they never say it's for that reason. Because they can't. They legally can't say, oh, well, because of your handicap, we're not going to hire you. Right? They just say, oh, we found a better candidate, or whatever their excuse is. But if somebody's not willing to give you that opportunity, it's no different than me. There's been multiple jobs I've applied for because I'm like, hell yeah, I can do that. You know, with my disabilities, my medical conditions, my appointments, I could still make that work. Hell yeah. And you get the, sorry, we found somebody who's better suited for the job. Well, there's nothing you can do to fight that. So, again, for like the third or fourth time in this video, I can't express enough my apologies to you if I offended you in any way, and kudos to you for being able to work before having kids, and now, you know, as you say, you take care of your kids, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that either. So kudos to you, and again, sorry.